What do I love about being a coach? Well, it's a great opportunity, not only for me, but for the client to learn. And I always feel like I take away so much from each session with the clients. And so it's a mutual learning experience. But what I love most about it is the opportunity to help people discover answers for themselves. I think that's the bottom line on coaching. It's not so much giving advice, which is what I did for 35 years as a lawyer, as it is helping the client discover for themselves the answers they have within themselves. They know the situation much better than I do. I'm an outsider. I don't know the personalities, so I can help the client explore and help them delve a little bit more into that reservoir of information that they already possessed, but maybe they haven't brought it all together. So that's a fun part of being a coach. When I think about what I want for my clients through the coaching experience is I want them to feel forward momentum. And I think all of us know that in life, it's sometimes 2 steps forward, 1 back, sometimes 1 forward and 2 back. But I want clients to always feel like I am moving forward. I have some momentum. So whether it's resolving problems that exist or thinking creatively about solutions to problems that seem perplexing and insoluble, I think it's a great feeling to think I am moving ahead. I've got the foot on the accelerator pedal, and even if it's also I've got another foot covering the brake, I am finding ways that I'm helping myself, and I, as the coach, am helping guide that and keeping them on track. Well, my philosophy about coaching is a little different than my philosophy was about my job when I was practicing law full time. I've been a practicing trial lawyer for 35 years in employment and civil rights. And in that setting, often what I would do is tell people what the problem is and what the solution is. So I would listen to usually a sad story. If they were coming to see a lawyer, they were in trouble, and try to sort out, well, what was important, what's not important, and then I had the answers about what the solution could be. Okay, we need to file a lawsuit, or we need to file an answer to your lawsuit, and then this is the procedure that will follow in the courthouse. I don't do that as a coach. I'm not there to give step-by-step direction and really take on the problem for myself. Often as a lawyer, I would feel like when my client got sued, I got sued. And sometimes I took it personally, and sometimes too personally, and I'd get very invested. I always want to make sure that the client in my coaching practice understands that they own the problem. I'm there to help, and mainly to help them think through solutions to their own problems. I also have served as a pastor, and that's more like the coaching experience, I think. Sometimes as a pastor, I would also offer advice, and sometimes, frankly, in a coaching experience, I will offer some advice. But most of the time, I'm asking questions and trying to be a great listener, reflecting back what I hear the client saying about their issue or the problem they're struggling with, and then asking questions. Did I hear you correctly? Did you say this? And then try to guide the discussion based on that. So something unique about the way I coach with clients is based out of my background, both as a lawyer and a pastor, but particularly as a CEO of a nonprofit organization. I pivoted from my law career into the nonprofit world, and I was the executive director at a very small nonprofit, and then was CEO at a larger nonprofit. Now I'm at a nonprofit with 750 employees and about a $39 million budget. And the nonprofit world, many people think nonprofit is a strategy. It's not. It's just a tax status. And we have to think like a driven organization to this extent. We're a social enterprise. And so at the Goodwill International level, we operate stores all across the country. We here in Central Oklahoma operate 25 stores and 17 attended donation centers. So we've got 750 people to keep track of. We've got budgets that we have to meet. So it's not all hugs and the soft side that people sometimes think about the nonprofit world. And I gave a speech not too long ago about what the for-profit world can learn from nonprofits and vice versa. And so I think there's a lot of cross-cultural engagement and energy that comes from looking at things from that perspective. My favorite question to ask clients is, what would happen if? And then whatever the particular thing they're struggling with, I try to think of something innovative or creative or perhaps something they haven't explored yet. I think one of my greatest strengths is creativity and innovation. And that's one of our core principles here where I work as a CEO, but I think it's the key to opening up new ways of thinking about things. I think it was Einstein who said, the kind of thinking that got you into a problem isn't the kind of thinking that's going to get you out of it. And so we have to think differently. And I think that's one of the great advantages of coaching. Not that the coach provides the answer, but that the coach helps guide the client to new ways of thinking or looking at it. And even though I can be objective, I suffer from the deficit of not being in the situation, so I don't know it as well as the client does, but I can come at it from a different angle. So my favorite question, what would happen if? And try to encourage the client to just think, not just out of the box, just throw the box away, and to ask questions and guide discussions with humor and with as much insight as I can bring to the discussion.